This is Real Estate Stocks and Jocks with your host, former Buckeye linebacker and current real estate business consultant, Obi Stillwell. Over the next hour, you'll get balanced, clear, and insightful information relating to the real estate industry, the financial sector, plus interviews with current and former athletes who impact Columbus and the state of Ohio beyond the game. Real Estate Stocks and Jocks is sponsored by
Hondros College.
And now, here's your host, Obi Stillwell.
Hello, and welcome to Real Estate Stocks and Jocks, another weekend of Real Estate Stocks and Jocks. And thank you so much for listening. My name is Obi Stillwell. I am a real estate consultant with the Buckeye National Realty team of Douglas and Associates Realty. So please follow us on Facebook and Instagram and whatever else is out, Snapchat. I don't know. You know all that stuff, man. So follow us on all that, but Facebook specifically and Instagram. And you know what? We are out here changing lives, man. It's been cool. The real estate market has been super on fire, and things are flowing. I'm excited about it. Let me tell you a little bit about the vision of Buckeye National Realty team. We believe in our present selves. We commit our lives to improving the lives of others through real estate solutions. We're committed to completing the task ahead with integrity each and every day. We are a group of motivated, certified, and licensed real estate agents who share a passion for meeting the needs of those seeking a real estate solution. Whether it is buying, investing, or selling, we have developed a sophisticated solution to meet your real estate needs. Buckeye National Realty team has a thirst to serve, and we create an environment that cultivates real results, real solutions with real people. Just kind of give you a sneak peek again, because I always have these sneak peeks of offers, right? We at Buckeye National, we are looking for self-starters to join our team. So if you have work ethic, and so if you're a hard worker, right? And but you just need leads. You need someone to kind of help you with some leads. Give us a call, 614-822-6990. If you are thinking about getting your real estate license and simply not sure where to start or who to speak to, give us a call, 614-822-6990. Last but not least, if you are looking to buy or sell a home, I invite you to give us a call. If you are not sure if you can obtain a loan, maybe you're going through bankruptcy, maybe you've just been renting for years, you're not familiar with the process, give us a call, 614-822-6990. I challenge you to give up what you may be used to experience something that you never thought you could have. Again, give us a call, 614-822-6990. We do have some properties that are coming up, and one that is actually still on the market. One is the Nest Court, spectacular home, over 6,000 square feet, two-story home in Woodland Glen neighborhood of Powell. It is on a little over an acre of land. It has literally all the upgrades that you can imagine. Custom Crawford ceilings, in the dining room, Sub-Zero refrigerator, Wolf appliances, granite countertops throughout, and an entertainer's dream. It is literally an entertainer's dream. 3-car garage with finished floor, so many wonderful amenities, mother-in-law suite, spacious first floor master suite with custom closet organization, central vac, wonderful outdoor kitchen. I love the kitchen, the outdoor. At minimum, you gotta come see that outdoor kitchen, that outdoor entertainment area, including landscape and hardscape. Almost 2,000 square feet of livable space in the lower level, including a state-of-the-art theater room with seating for 9. Yeah. Seating for 9. And Elan sound system throughout the home. don't miss this. Don't miss this. We'll also have the renovation coming up in the heart of Victorian Village on Neal Avenue. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, detached 2-car garage, fenced in backyard, covered back porch, which is rare in that area. A few blocks just a few blocks to get to the short north, Goodale Park, Arena District, Huntington Field, and Columbus Commons. Definitely want to check that out. Also, we do have 2 more listings coming up. One is in Blacklick. It is going to be 19 Licking Heights Schools. It is a little over 1,900 square feet. It's a 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath. This property was built in 2003. And then also we have another one in Blacklick that's coming up. This one is almost 1,700 square feet, 2 stories, 2-car garage, attached. Okay, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, plus a loft and a fenced-in backyard with a gorgeous patio. So we do have some homes coming up. So again, give us a call, 614-822-6990. Also, I want to just kind of give you a little bit on one of our sponsors, which is Hondros College. They are just a phenomenal place to go to get your education when it comes to real estate. And I know they do other things, but I'll speak on real estate. It was an awesome place for me to learn the environment. I know a lot of people like the online experience. I get it. And they're doing really well with that online experience. But if you are someone who enjoys a in-classroom environment, Hondros College and the instructors are absolutely amazing. Also want to speak a little bit about Loan One, who's a subsidiary of Benchmark Bank, and they are actually in a process of a little bit of transition as they are being acquired by another company. But the pieces of the puzzle and the individuals that have held down that company are still very much in place, and they are doing some really cool things for our clients. I just had another lender that could not meet the closing date, and Loan One was able to step in and get the paperwork and make the transfers that were necessary to meet the closing date, so that we preserved the contract. We had to preserve the contract, and they stepped in and did this. Now, and I'll tell you this: there has been an instance where they were not able to get my client approved right away for a number of different reasons, which the client was pretty much aware of. What I like is that they also have a plan for them to say, okay, listen, you may not be able to buy today, but you may be able to buy in 3 months or 6 months or 1 year, whatever it may be. But the thing is that they put them on a plan. They didn't just throw them in a bucket and say, well, you know what, I can't do anything for you, and they threw them away. I don't like that. I don't like my clients being handled that way. And that has happened before with other lenders, but not with Loan One, not with Benchmark Bank. So give me a call, 614-822-6990. If you need any help, or you just want to sit down and you want to talk a little bit about becoming a real estate agent, please give me a call. I would love to help you out. I would love to chat it up with you about that. And again, if you're looking to buy or sell, give me a call. It is still the season. 'Tis the season. I know a lot of buyers and sellers are trying to make their transition before what? Thanksgiving. They're like, oh, if I can just be in the house before Thanksgiving. Those holidays are coming, and you want to be in that new home before Thanksgiving. Listen, we can get it done. Give me a call. It starts with a phone call, 614-822-6990. Again, that's 614-822-6990 with any of your real estate questions. We have a great show. We had Keith Jackowski with Lincoln Heritage that is coming on. And then we have former OSU quarterback and NFL quarterback Bobby Hoeing coming on. You guys don't want to miss this show. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Hello, and welcome back. You are listening to Real Estate Stocks and Jocks, and I have a good friend of mine in studio. I always say they're friends, but I'm telling you, Keith, are we friends?
Best of friends.
See, told you.
For
we're
years.
Friends. We've been, 2000.
That's almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Because I started.
2000.
Yeah, I started in the mortgage industry, and
yeah,
I was 20, so I'm not going to give up that age.
Yeah, don't give that up. Don't give that up. But man, hey, thank you so much for being on Real Estate Stocks and Jocks. Keith is an agency owner and hiring manager of Lincoln Heritage. And Lincoln Heritage is an insurance company. And it's much, much more. I'm gonna let our listeners inform our listeners about what all you're doing. But I know that you guys are like kind of a big deal around here, and you guys are really changing a lot of lives, not only from the sales side, from the internal side, but also the people that you're affecting. And that's, we'll kind of get into that. And I know, again, Keith is one of my guys, and him and I, one thing that we are is we're passionate about people, and we're passionate about team, and we don't mind when everybody's winning. We don't mind. We want that, and but Keith he's one of, hey, listen, Keith, he'll cry at a good movie. He'll cry at a good movie. He's one of them. He'll cry. And if it's a good moment in life, he gonna cry at like, oh man, that got me, man. That got me. So what he is in tune with himself, man, very comfortable. And I think that passion comes out in everything that he does. Everything that he does. So tell me a little bit about Heritage, Lincoln Heritage, and what you guys are doing.
Well, thanks for that intro.
Absolutely.
I guess I would start off by saying my mama raised me right.
Right.
So it's
absolutely.
Okay to cry.
It is. Men cry.
Macho.
Yes.
Macho
men
tears.
Cry. Yes, they do.
So thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
A little bit about Lincoln Heritage. So it is a family-owned and operated company. They're out of Phoenix, Arizona. They've got over 50 years of life insurance under their belt. The cool thing is that Lincoln Heritage only does one product. They do whole life final expense. So we pretty much carved out a niche in the final expense market. Final expense, let me kind of break it down for you. Final expense is taking care of your final wishes when you pass away, or leaving money to take care of that burden or financial liability that sometimes is left behind to the family members who sometimes don't have that ability to come up with, $8,000, $10,000, $12,000. So
absolutely.
It's
just a quick interruption. Yeah. You know that everybody understands too. All this FundMe, all that.
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. You're doing the beer crawls, and you're doing all kinds of stuff to help these families when they're in these situations. And it doesn't necessarily always have to be that. If you can prepare for some things. And so I wanted to just kind of throw that in, because I know we see it all the time on Facebook.
Yeah.
But there's some answers, and there's the solution through Lincoln Heritage.
Yeah, and I mean, again, you and I met each other in the mortgage industry. I had no idea as a as a man that it was such a responsibility to make sure that I put something into place for my family, so that when I passed away, that I was a legacy as opposed to a liability.
Yes.
And the reality of it is, we're not taught things like that.
Right.
It just kind of happens, and you're thrust into a position. So when a loved one passes away, you either have to step up to the plate, figure out where the money's coming from.
Right.
How does she or he want to be taken care of? And it sometimes becomes animosity, because everyone's got an opinion when you pass away. And the burden of finding the money is the most important. Where are we going to come up with this money? So we've tailored a package together, so to speak, of getting life insurance when we approve 99% of all of our clients, which is almost unheard of. We have a one-page application to help our clients who have been turned down by others. We're able to say yes to them. That's the exciting part. When you say passion, I'm able to sit across from someone and say, yes, I can approve you because this is the way that we structure things. So
wow.
It's a make sense program. We put people in a position to where they can have a life insurance policy, be it $1,000 or $35,000 to leave behind, so that the family doesn't have to pass the hat around or GoFundMe or sell baked goods or whatever it may be.
Yeah. You know what? It's so good too that I see the success of the sales, and we'll get to that. And I think a lot of times what happens is you see people making money off of the someone's mishap, if you will, someone's unfortunate life situation, and you're like, oh man, they're making money. Well, somebody's going to make money, okay? That's inevitable, all right? Someone's going to make money. My biggest concern is that, are you helping the people that you're saying you're going to help? Are you actually changing the lives? And those stories keep coming up time and time again. And here's the worst part about it, is that you can't say you're going to do something, especially in that situation. Final experience, when you're dealing with the death and the emotions and all, you can't say you're going to do something and not follow through. I've heard nothing but good things about you following through.
Yeah, I mean, our objective is to make sure that the family gets the money. So what we strategically set up is a way for the family to get the money from the life insurance policy within 24 hours of that loved one passing away.
Okay, walk me through that real quick. So someone calls you and says,
I'm the son of an individual who passed away. Because of the way the agents structure things, so we train our agents to educate first. We want to focus on two things. Most important is, can we get you taken care of? Can you afford it? So it's a need-based product. So even if they have other life insurance, I'm not trying to replace it, so to speak. I'm simply trying to add to it, because I want to make sure that in that moment, the family knows exactly who to contact, which would be us. We want them to reach out to the agent first. Their agent is going to be their agent from day one until they pass. The education part starts with, let's get those family members involved. So if grandma took out a policy, we want to make sure that the kids know that grandma has it. They want to know the process of when grandma passes away. So we educate the family in a sense of, okay, it's inevitable, it's going to happen. Let's make sure that we're prepared for it and being proactive as opposed to reactive when it actually happens. So we make sure that the family members who are left behind know that they contact us first. We then step them through a process. We get the death certificate taken care of. We are one of the only companies that will actually accept a fax copy of a death certificate instead of going through the process of a week or 2 or 3 of getting signatures. And we want to put that money into the family's hands, because funeral homes want their money yesterday. And there's no disrespect to that, because the funeral homes are actually putting their name on the line, their money out there, and giving the family all those items, the caskets, the vault, the funeral facility. And they're doing that basically at cost until that money is reimbursed from the life insurance company. So ironically, the funeral home directors love us. And they love Lincoln Heritage. When they see Lincoln Heritage in our company, the Funeral Advantage program, when they see that logo and that name, they feel comforted in knowing that, 1, we're going to get our money. 2, we're dealing with professionals that are going to be able to help us out. And we're not in business to take money away from funeral homes. We're simply putting the client in a position to, hey, look, I know you didn't learn this in high school or in college. You didn't. No one teaches you how to deal with funeral home directors at an early age, or even sometimes until it actually happens. You're sitting there across from a funeral home director for the first time. And they're there to make sure that you understand what's getting done, but you're so emotional, you kind of get caught up in it. And it's, hey, look, I'll take that. Let's do package A. Let's make sure grandma's taken care of. And we want to make sure that in that process, you're not overspending. You're also making sure that you get what you want. And you're also putting yourself in a position to where you're not showing how much life insurance you have and giving that policy completely away. So it definitely is a structured process. One of the coolest things that we do to our clients when we initially meet them is we give them a plan to completely fill out. So it's a couple forms that they sit down and they sit with their family, or some do it on their own, or some contact us. They'll fill out the paperwork so that they have a plan in place. So when they do pass away, those forms are already at home office and archived until, again, that day comes. And now we can step the family through, hey, look, this is what grandma wanted. This is how she wanted to be taken care of. So instead of having the animosity of, 3 or 4 different brothers and sisters chiming in, this is what grandma wanted. Let's uphold her wishes.
That's good. We're here with Keith Jackowski. He is the agency owner and hiring manager of Lincoln Heritage. And you know what? How did you, and we got about two minutes left, but what attracted you to Lincoln Heritage, and what type of individuals are you looking to join the company?
Yeah, it's a funny story. We talked about mortgages, and I had done that for 10 years. Oh no, I did it for about 15 years total.
Right.
As a mortgage broker, as a owner, and as I had to regress back to being a mortgage broker again because, as everyone knows, the economy kind of fluctuated when we were in the industry. Some are still in the industry, so congrats to you.
Thank you.
You made it through. But I was at a point where I had been to the top of the mountain. I had made the success story that I was really hoping as a kid to get to that point of being successful and owning a mortgage company. Moved to Florida. The economy fell apart. I came back to Ohio very humbled. And I was at a young age to where I could still recover from it. I was in a position to where I could actually still find a career, even though I was 28 years old. So at 28 years old, I was on Facebook shooting messages like, "God, man, I really hate my job. I wish I could find something new." And long and the short of it was my good buddy Chad Lewis, who was in the mortgage industry with me, he actually reached out to me several times and said, "Hey, look, I got an opportunity for you with Lincoln Heritage. If you want to try it, you'd be perfect."
Wow. So now tell me the type of agent you're looking for.
The craziest thing is that I'm not looking for anyone specific. I think that any and everyone can do this job. I'm not looking for salespeople. I never have. I never liked sales when I was in the mortgage industry. I've always focused on someone who has a good personality first, because I can't teach you that. A strong work ethic, which again, something I cannot teach you. You've got to be coachable. We've got, within our agency, myself and Chad Lewis and the ULA agency, we have about 100 agents, and they range from former mortgage brokers to teachers to underground coal miners, guys that worked on oil rigs, personal trainers. We've got a variety of people, men and women, old and young. My youngest guy's 21 years old, and he's doing really well for himself.
Wow, that's awesome. From a non-salesy position, how do they get in contact with you? Can they give you a call or go to a website?
Yeah, they can call me direct. My cell phone number is the number that I give to everyone. It's going to be a personal touch. I can give you that at 614-205-5888. And if you want to go to the website and see the culture that we've created within our agency, that's honestly what I'm the proudest about, is having quality people in there that love on each other. It's ula-insurance.com. Again, ula-insurance.com.
Awesome. Keith, my man, thank you so much for coming on
Love
Real
you, man.
Estate
Appreciate
Stocks
you having
and Jocks.
me.
Yeah, love you too, bro. Love you too, man. Hey, definitely give them a call if you're interested in that. And again, we'll be right back for the third and fourth quarter. You're listening to Real Estate Stocks and Jocks. Hello, and welcome back. You're listening to, as he said, Obie Stillwell. Give me a call with any of your real estate questions, 614-822-6990. And we are in studio with former Buckeye, number 1 in your heart, number 14 in your program, Bobby Hoeing, the Golden Boy.
There you go. Not so golden anymore.
How you doing, Bobby?
Gray. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for coming on. Bobby is a principal at Crawford and Hoeing. They are doing some amazing things in development. So let's kind of dip right into some real estate. We'll end it with a little bit of football, a little Buckeye talk. But you guys are doing a project, kind of some of your main projects, one in Dayton, and that is the Water Street District in Dayton, and then also doing the Bridge Park in Dublin. And I think obviously people around here are real familiar with that because, I guess sometimes developers come in like yourself and you're developing on land that other people we drove by every day and didn't even realize what the potential of that was. But tell me just a little bit about maybe the Dublin project, and then we'll talk a little bit about the Dayton.
Yeah, I mean you said it. Dublin over the last 30 years, I think grew from like 2,500 people to now 45,000.
Wow. So
and grew from Sawmill Road exit. Around 270 developing, and then the perimeter Muirfield Drive exit. So really grew around where the historic core was. And so we had a piece of property, a number of pieces of property that we put together that kind of had been ignored over time because the access was challenging. But it was 30 acres on both sides of the river next to the historic core of Dublin. So from a real estate perspective, you couldn't get a better real estate. It's just figuring out how to get access, and with Dublin stepping up and improving the 161-33 intersection, which was really no left turn. You couldn't get into our site. So so with the roundabout, all the public improvements with the park that's going in, the pedestrian bridge that's connecting both sides of the river. It's something really phenomenal. We're about halfway through our development and has gone, I think has exceeded our expectations as far as leasing and interest. And we have a couple restaurants open now and more coming over the next few months, which is exciting for us.
What restaurants are open now?
So Cap City Diner, a lot of us that went to Ohio State knows that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. And they are, they're unbelievably busy right now and exceeding, I think, their expectations as well. So Ram Brewery is another one. Dublin's first brewery that came in. They're based out of Seattle. So both of those are open. And then we have Pins Mechanical that will open. They have a location in downtown Columbus. We're excited for that.
Right
there
on Third, I think. Third in Columbus,
So really more of an entertainment sort of draw, and we have local cantina. We have a Fido Irish pub we just announced. They're out at Easton. They're going in as well. And then we have the AC Marriott and is a 150-key hotel that will open here in a couple weeks with a rooftop bar and patio, which is really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I like that.
So it's been a fun one for us to work on. It started about 5.5 years ago when we first started buying up property and working on it. So it's great to see it finally all coming out of the ground. Yeah,
I mean, it's amazing. Again, we're here with in studio with former Buckeye quarterback, Golden Boy, Bobby Hoeing, who is a principal with Crawford and Hoeing, and just doing so many amazing things in the industry, in the real estate industry, in aspects of development. I was wondering too that, Bobby, everybody has a everybody has to have a start, if you will, kind of like a springboard, and that kind of created the momentum, if you will. What would you say was the momentum that maybe gave you even more confidence that you can do the Dublin project and the Dayton project? It
doesn't happen overnight. I got into real estate back in '98, so I was still playing football for the Raiders. I was transitioning from the Eagles to the Raiders, and I had always, because I was a third-round draft pick, always thought about life after football immediately, right when I was getting in the NFL. So, nothing's guaranteed unless you're a first-rounder, at least for a few years. So I met my partner on the golf course and really started thinking about, he was getting out of some student housing down at Ohio State. He was a year older than me that he bought up while he was going to school. And we started basically buying apartments together. He had his smaller portfolio put together already, and we started buying bigger properties together. And I played a few more years of football, but then after that, we acquired a fair number of multifamily properties, and we were managing, we were brokerage, but we didn't really do construction, we didn't do development, we just bought existing assets. So, but my dad had a construction company. We ended up buying that company about 15 years ago, and you start putting together the pieces. It's like a football team, you got to have linemen that block and wide receivers that can go get it, and defensive guys. It's really no different than a full service real estate company. We have a couple architects on our team now that are very business minded, so they're just not just drawing stuff on paper that you can't afford to build. So you got to put that team together, and you got to be able to finance. So I think over the last 15 years, we've been able to put together some really smart people. And we didn't, we weren't doing these bigger projects 15 years ago. So it starts with one or two smaller ones, and you make plenty of mistakes along the way. But believe me, and you learn from them. You try to learn from them and apply them to the next project.
Bobby, we have just about 2 minutes in this particular segment, but I wanted you to talk about the partnership and the importance of the partnership. And then even when the partnership, like you said, you make mistakes, right? How do you flow in that partnership to stay together, for over 15 years?
Yeah, I mean, You just have to be able to trust your partner, whether it's multiple partners or 50-50 partner, whatever it is. You have to be able to trust. That's the number one thing. And I think the other thing is, as you know, playing football, you have to work hard. It's not easy. And so I think whether it's getting your start or battling through the years of 2008 through 12, which were terrible not only in real estate but for a lot of other small businesses and big businesses for that matter. Fighting through those moments and coming out the other side, your partnership can be stronger for that. So
coming out the other side makes, because you got to come out together. And I think every partnership you have your strengths and weaknesses, and I think in our case we complement each other, and we brought other partners into our business, so it's not just us anymore. So and you learn to disagree sometimes, and you figure it out. Right. No, that's good. That's good. And that's and I'm assuming too that you don't throw each other up under the bus either. When someone makes a mistake, you're just like, hey, listen, I made a mistake, or they made a mistake. They fess up, or and kind of figure it out. Am I right?
Yeah, I think it's different. I think that's where athletics really trains you to be thick-skinned. You have, at least when you're playing quarterback, you have a second and a half to make a decision. You train, watch film, you do all those things, and then you go out on the field and you got to make a decision, and you got to live with it. You throw a pick or an interception, it's for everybody to see. In real estate or really any business, you have a chance to look there and really concentrate, double check, triple check your work, and then you still make a mistake, and you have to just learn from those things. So.
No, that's good. And partnerships are so, some people talk about partnerships and say, I'll never get in a partnership. You pick the right partner. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like having that person that you can bounce things off of, whether it's like you said, 50-50 or multiple, but everybody has the same goals, and adding information and ideas and creativity to further the cause. So we're going to be back. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll come back with the fourth quarter. Again, I have in studio former quarterback, Ohio State quarterback, and NFL quarterback, Bobby Hoeing. Be right back. Hello, and welcome to the fourth quarter. I am here in studio with former quarterback Bobby Hoeing, former Ohio State quarterback and NFL quarterback Bobby Hoeing, speaking a little bit about Crawford and Hoeing development, and they are doing some crazy things in the city of Dublin and Dayton. And I wanted you to tell our listeners a little bit about the this hotel that's going in, and you said that'll be up here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, mid to late September we'll open, and then the rooftop. We have a rooftop bar and patio that will open probably towards the middle of October. Okay. So it's a 150 key hotel by Marriott called AC Marriott.
So did you go somewhere and kind of look up to get the idea of that rooftop, or get an understanding of the rooftop, or do you have people who kind of went out? And because I think the only time I've experienced rooftop on that hotel was in Scottsdale, Arizona, when I've been there a few times. So you don't see that much here.
And we don't have it here, and it's been it's very popular in Chicago and a few other places. Yeah. So we feel very fortunate. Back 4 or 5 years ago when we were putting this deal together, that we really targeted. We wanted an AC Marriott. It's it's a limited service brand, but it's very very high end, and we think fits well with the development. So and it's located right next to the Exchange, which is a conference center that Cameron Mitchell Premier Events is the manager of. So we have already attracted a bunch of a business in terms of conferences, weddings, bigger parties to Bridge Park. So we're very excited about that.
You know what? I can't help but to think about just relationships and resources in this whole development thing, because you talked about the funding aspect of it. You talk about what's going around the development and the aspects of Dublin being on board to do some of the things that they needed to do to bring this in. I'm assuming that's on their dime to bring in to do some of the road renovations and different things of that nature. So they have to be all in on a project like this. How do you build that type of relationship?
Well, it took us, almost 2 years to get through our development agreement with them, as far as negotiating terms of that and what we were doing, what they were going to do, and that wasn't an easy process, Right. But I think through it, they've been a great partner, and we've shown on our end that we can deliver. And our Bridge Park is only 30 acres of a larger district for Dublin that's 1,000 acres, and this has already been a catalyst for other development that has been spurred by ours. So
right.
that's the deal, and that's what they wanted to create that urban environment that the Short North and Grandview and so many other places have, and people in Dublin want, but we just never had it before.
Right.
So
right.
And for Cardinal Health and IGS Energy and Wendy's International that are trying to attract and keep talent local.
Yeah.
It's important to have these choices. Not everybody wants to live in a loft apartment, but millennials, a lot of millennials do.
Yeah,
we just don't have it. We didn't have it before, so that's why we're excited. We feel like, in anything in real estate, you want to build what somebody wants to buy or somebody wants to lease.
Right.
So we felt like this project really hit it. Right on.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you said that you were also looking at other. When we're off air, kind of other areas in the state. What other cities, without giving up your special secret sauce, what other cities that should we maybe anticipate Crawford and Hoeing tapping into?
We're doing a fair amount of projects still in Columbus. We're getting ready to start a hotel down in the Short North on the old Haiku site. It's a Moxie by Marriott, and we have a restaurant and some office in that project, and that's public, and we've been working on that for a while. We also own the Coles site on Olentangy River Road, adjacent to where Ohio Health is doing a large expansion of their corporate or their main campus.
Okay.
So we're working on those two deals and a number of others here centrally in Central Ohio. But we're also looking in Cincinnati. There's a couple projects down there that we have been looking at. And I guess fortunately for us and the success so far of Bridge Park, other municipalities have been toward it and say, we want our version of this. Not exactly that, so that's been great for us. We've seen a lot of opportunities come from really not just Bridge Park, but some of the other smaller projects that we've done.
Yeah, Bobby, I think I'd be remiss not to ask how does this Buckeye thing, how does this play into some of these opportunities and maybe even expectations that others that people have when you walk into the room?
Yeah, I think it. What I tell people all the time is, being a former player, quarterback, or whatever, playing when we played, it'll get you a meeting, or two.
Right.
But if you can't deliver something, like if you can't fulfill an obligation or build something or provide them, somebody in business, a service, then it doesn't take you that far. It's not just gravy after you leave Ohio State or any other university for that matter. So, but there's certainly benefits to it. But I think it's up to that individual player or former player to make the most of it. And I think for a lot of us, we've done that and taken advantage of what Ohio State provided us. Others have struggled with it, and it's not easy, and especially in the NFL, it's not easy making that transition because you go from immediately making a lot of money, young, and then you got to do something else,
immediately,
and so a lot of guys really struggle with what's next, So I just feel blessed that I'm really in an environment that's the closest thing I can get to having teammates and feel like you're still in the locker room sometimes, and that how that all is. So.
And you have your is your brother working with you?
Oh yeah,
is Tommy working?
Tommy's a partner, a very important partner in our construction company. Really heads up our Central Ohio construction efforts on the general contracting side. And then awesome. I have another brother over in Dayton. Actually lives in St. Henry where I grew up.
Okay,
he's managing a lot of the work down over in in the Dayton area.
Yeah. And then what about Dad? What's Dad into?
Yeah, he's still very active. He goes down to Florida 2 or 3 months a year and over the winter, but then stays active. He's actually actively managing a couple of the projects over at Bridge Park for us now, and he loves it.
Yeah.
He loves staying in it, and he still does a great job. So
Right.
it's great having him around.
Yeah. What? Let me switch gears a little bit. And I don't know. People ask me sometimes to critique certain players, linebackers more specifically. I played linebacker. Hey, what do you think about Chris Worley? What do you think about Baker? What have you? What do you think about JT? Tell me a little bit about how do you assess JT? And I mean, this kid is broken about every record out there, including yours. Including yours, right?
I don't have any more.
Right.
Yeah.
But how does that? What do you think about that? And how do you assess JT as a player?
So I think, for me personally, when Walt Harris came in to coach me, he brought a confidence about coaching the position and also plays.
Yeah.
We ran a simplified version of the West Coast offense, and we had the Dudley and Eddie and Terry and everybody, as weapons. And so it was like a light switch for me, when that happened. So, and I think for JT, with when Tom Herman was here, maybe you can say the same thing, right?
Yeah,
so it just is. It's really kind of. I think he has all the tools, and what I can see. I don't get down to very many practices, but what I see on TV and the replays, and great leader.
Yeah.
So I think, with some new guys coming in on the offensive side, on the coaching staff, I think, for me, it's always about, can you make it simple for the quarterback? Can you put him in the best situation to make, positive plays and give him confidence or quarterback confidence early in the season? Even when I've coached the last 5 or 6 years, when I'm coaching football, even at the youth level, how do you make the quarterback successful? Because if he's off or loses his confidence, then it's really hard to get him back. So
again, we're here with former quarterback, OSU quarterback Bobby Hoeing, and former NFL quarterback Bobby Hoeing. We have about a minute and a half left. Man, it goes fast. I'm going to throw a couple names out at you. I want you to give me one-word answers to, okay? All right, ready to play my game?
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Orlando Pace.
Big.
Good one. Eddie George.
Leader.
Terry Glenn.
Fast.
Joey Galloway.
Bullet. I look at Joey and I get asked the question a lot: who was better, Joey or Terry?
Right.
And they both were great in their own individual way. Joey could just flat out go get it, speed, compact, and Terry was more rangy and maybe not as fast, but could go get it in his own way. So
yeah. Coach Walt Harris.
Game changer. That's 2 words, but it changed my life. And I had a chance to see him at the 2nd and 7 Foundation with Coach Cooper's surprise birthday, and I sent him a note. You meet guys like that. If he doesn't come along, my life is probably different than what it is today. So
wow, that says a lot. That says a lot. Last one, Coach Cooper.
The best. He's the best. Yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome. Bobby, thanks so much for being on Real Estate Stocks and Jocks, man. I appreciate you stopping in, seeing your boy, checking out your boy.
Got it, man.
Yeah. And hey, keep your eyes and ears open on Crawford and Hoeing, and they are developing everything that can be developed out there. So. What was you about to say?
No, I was just laughing. Not everything.
Hey, if it has ground, they're going to look at it. But hey, thanks for listening to Real Estate Stocks and Jocks. Again, my name is Obi Stillwell. Give me a call, 614-822-6990 with any real estate questions. Thank you so much for listening to Real Estate Stocks and Jocks. See you next weekend.